Welcome to the new 5th generation Nissan Micra, a car Nissan hopes will draw customers away from the likes of the Ford Fiesta and into this. So what have Nissan done differently with this Micra?
Well, they initially set out a benchmark to aim for the Nissan Micra. They said the Volkswagen Polo and the Ford Fiesta were the cars they were aiming to match, or they would set those cars as the benchmark essentially. So in doing so, a lot of changes had to be made to the Micra in order to obviously be able to set those cars as said benchmark, because they are two rather very good subcompact, super mini, whatever this class is going to be called, sized cars. They are very good cars and they're everywhere. Particularly the Fiesta is one of the best selling cars here in the UK.
This particular Micra is the top of the line Tekna trim, starting from just over £17,000. The engine in this is the 0.9 litre 3-cylinder turbo petrol engine that produces 89 horsepower, 104 pounds-feet of torque, hitting 62 miles an hour in 12.1 seconds, topping out at 109 miles an hour, whilst also getting you 64.2 miles to the gallon combined.
After a while driving it, you kind of realise it does need that sort of to be honest, it just needs a little bit more torque, because down low, it struggles a little bit down low to get going at the lower revs. But nonetheless, 89 horsepower, 104 pounds-feet of torque, it's not actually that much of a slacker. The car isn't actually that heavy. It does feel quite light, and in doing so, sort of the power doesn't necessarily feel like it's too little for this car. It actually feels just right, really, to be honest. It really does feel good. This top of the line trim comes with a lot of trimmings. There are tons of standard features on this car. In fact, this is the list, as a matter of fact, if you can see that, of equipment on this vehicle, and a lot of it is standard. There are only 4 including the paint options applied to this vehicle, but obviously being top of the line trim, you would hope that it is generously well equipped, and this one is generously well equipped. Radical changes have been made to this car. First of all, interior, exterior have been completely reworked. This is as far from the previous generations of Nissan Micra, inside and outside, as it gets. It is a whole new car, and that's because of obviously the Renault-Nissan alliance that has been formed. So this was built in a Renault factory, and then it was finished off somewhere in the UK. It really is a completely different car to what we're used to the Micra being. Honestly, everybody I've spoke to or have shown this car cannot believe it's a Nissan Micra, just because of what is here, what is actually on offer in this vehicle. So Nissan have obviously reworked exterior and interior, but it's not just a good looking car, it's not just a car based on looking good. Nissan have really done a good job in terms of making this drive and feel like a very, very good car. And again, when you set the Fiesta and the Polo as the sort of benchmark you want to aim for in terms of your car as a whole, you've got to get driving dynamics and driving characteristics nailed. You've got to do a great job in delivering that, because that's one thing that those cars do very, very well. I'm even going to put the Skoda Fabia in that discussion, because I think that drives splendidly. I really, really do. My favourite thing about this car is the ride. It is the perfect balance of firm and soft. It's so well dampened, and the car itself is incredibly well settled, in the sense that no matter the road surface, no matter if it's sort of rough, if it sort of undulates and things like that, the car just absorbs it, and it just remains as flat as it can, and it doesn't throw you around, but at the same time it doesn't kind of beat you up from being hard. It's just the perfect balance. This, I feel like Nissan have really tried to make a car that handles well, feels dynamic, feels agile, which it does, and responsive. It feels like it's going to turn where you want it to. It does all of those things, and the Nissan Micra isn't really known for doing any of those things, to be honest, but this one does. It's good. It is good, and it feels good to drive. It's not dull, it's not cumbersome, you know, it doesn't feel like it's a chore. You can actually enjoy driving this car, which I am and have been the past few days, honestly.
The 5th generation is also much improved in practicality. The boot is one of the best in class at 300 litres. However, this does have quite an effect on the rear passenger leg and headroom. Still, with the rear seats folded down flat, the Micra has an impressive 1004 litres that is bested only in the class by the kings of boot space, Skoda and the Fabia.
Should you buy a Nissan Micra? Should you buy a Nissan Micra? The answer to this question over the previous Micra generations would be an absolute no. It would be, what, are you kidding me? No offense to the Nissan or the Micra, or anyone who owns a previous generation of the Nissan Micra. No offense to any of you, but it's just not a car I would have recommended to anyone. Consider this car. Definitely give it some consideration, because I'm telling you, mate, you won't regret it. You would not regret buying this car. Genuinely mean that. So should you buy a Micra? Yes, you should buy this Nissan Micra. Not this one, because I want to drive it for longer, but buy a Nissan Micra? The answer is yes. Because it is a very good car. Very, very good car. Bravo Nissan and Renault. Bravo to you both.